Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the follow-on session from the on-course session we did last week with Paul. Hope many of you have had a chance to watch that video. We played 3 holes out on the course here at Bolton, and although Paul did play the holes very well, 1 over for the 3 holes, we did spot one common theme, and that was either the slice to the right or the push to the right. So today's session is all about trying to fix that slice, Paul.
Yeah, that'd be quite an important lesson, that.
Yeah, and am I right in saying, although you did slice it on that occasion, sometimes you get the miss left as well?
Depends on the day. Sometimes I can draw it a bit, sometimes it slices or fades. Yeah, a bit hit and miss, really.
Okay, so trying to tidy
up. I don't really understand why.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing, really.
Yeah, so it can vary from hole to hole, round to round.
Round to round, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do today, again, the fault was more so with the driver. He did hit that one little slice on the 14th, I think, with the 5 iron, but clearly we do find most faults are exaggerated with the driver. So Paul's going to hit us 5 to 10 shots. We're going to video the footage, look exactly what's going on, give Paul some simple drills to help fix the slice, but fix that face control and take it from there. And hopefully we'll get a chance to go and play a couple of holes as well.
Right, yeah.
Okay, Paul?
Right, yeah.
So let's hit a few shots, as you normally would do. Solid strike. Yeah. Well, that's quite typical. That's
my typical shot at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Keep hitting away. Let's.
It's not really getting the distance as well.
Yeah, I mean, we do find that, you know, I guess one thing we want to make clear is that I have no preference between a draw or a fade. You know, you see a lot of the top players playing a fade, but it's probably an even split. So we need to find what the best sort of shot shape is for you.
I'm hitting down on it as well, aren't I?
You are, yeah. You're slightly down, slightly across it.
That will lose me distance, won't it?
It will, yeah. So you should find, once we make a couple of these changes, yes, the direction will improve, but hopefully we'll get a bit more distance as well.
Yeah, hopefully. That felt a similar shot.
Yeah.
Same distance, hitting down on it again.
Yeah. Slightly down, slightly across. Yeah, it's definitely seeing a pattern, and obviously the face angle open. So
the only good thing, it's consistent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because on the course, you
can aim up the left and allow for it. Yeah. But as you say,
it's wrong.
You have been pulling it as well and hooking it, so it's sometimes hard to commit to a start line, isn't it? If you do sometimes have that two-way miss. Hit one more from that angle, and then we're going to get some on camera from behind.
Right. Yeah. Exactly the same shot.
Very, very similar. Yeah.
That's gone a bit further.
Yeah. It went a little further on, didn't it?
So my club speed's a bit higher.
Yeah. And I think you said around about sort of 93 is kind of where you're at.
It is.
You know, sometimes you've crept up a little bit higher than that, but let's just get a couple on video from behind, and then we'll just take a closer look. And I think many people watching this today can probably relate to this flight, Paul.
Yeah.
You know, the slice is a common fault with a lot of golfers.
Yeah.
And really just getting to grips with, you know, what causes it. It is different for every player.
Yeah.
But we do know that the club face must be open for it to be sort of tailing off. And as we've said, the path is slightly across, but the face angle is a bit more important in this case.
Would you say the perfect shot's a bit of a draw or a straight shot? Because people say different things, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think there is a perfect shot. You know, you look at some examples at the top level. You know, you look at someone like a John Rahm.
Yeah,
it's a slight fade. Scotty Scheffler, world #1, hits a slight fade. Rory McIlroy hits a draw. Tommy Fleetwood hits a draw. So it's getting what's right for you as a.
I've played with people on the course, especially in summer. They can hit the shot really low.
Yeah.
And not a lot of power in it, but it'll just roll and roll and roll.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it's a good shot, got a nice trajectory. Yeah. And it goes even shorter than their shot.
Yeah. And you can see that in this flight, can't you? Because it's high and it's cutty, spinny. So you're not going to get. Yeah. So I guess to answer your question, it's finding something that you can rely on and you can repeat is probably the boring answer, but it's right, you know.
Yeah.
If I said to every student, right, I want you to hit a soft draw, that's not golf, is it?
It's
you know,
not, no.
It's really getting something that you can rely on, you can put onto the course, really. Okay.
Right.
Give us a couple more.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly the same, wasn't it? It sounded a decent strike, you know, that's one thing. You know, your striking is pretty good. So that's one thing we don't really have to worry about too much.
No.
You know, your contact is pretty good.
What's the backswing like?
I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I mean, your backswing looks okay. I mean, historically, you've had quite a flat backswing, haven't you?
Yeah.
But you can see the path is across it, pretty much 5 degrees there, which suggests you're probably coming over the top slightly on the way down. So backswing, probably not a million miles off. Hit one ball and then let's have a closer look on the video.
Nearly fell over.
That was probably your best one.
But it's not picked up the club
yeah,
path.
annoyingly it's not picked up those. Maybe it wasn't quite in line with the TrackMan there. So let's just
the club speeds. Yeah.
Club speed was good. Yeah.
Quite a lot.
And your distance was probably the best one on that one. And again, this probably highlights for you that lack of consistency, isn't it? Many people,
that looks bad.
Many people ask, what did I do differently then compared to the other four? Quite often that can just be a timing thing. You know, people can have swing faults, but then every now and again they'll hit a great one, and they've probably learned to adjust.
Well, apart from the last one, the other four are quite consistent.
Yeah, you can see there that they are consistent, and they're all short and to the right, which is what a slice would do. You know, it would lose distance and it would clearly tail off to the right.
It's quite interesting where the other one's gone, because it didn't feel any different to the other ones, and the TrackMan didn't pick up all the data, so it might not even be true information.
Yeah. I think, I would be fairly certain that you matched your club face up better with that one. Yeah. You had to, because it went on.
Probably luck.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think
it probably doesn't take much, does it, to adjust it?
Yeah,
a couple of degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, again, and what we're going to look at here is 2 or 3 degrees.
Maybe that follow through help me.
Yeah. So let's just have a look at these numbers without over-facing you, because I think, again, for anyone watching, when you are making a swing change, you want to keep it fairly simple. Yeah. So these TrackMan numbers might sound over-facing, but actually, when we look at it, we can simplify it quite a lot. Okay. Now, the biggest issue, you know, again, you see all of your shots were pretty much starting on line and fading. So you're not able to start the ball left of target, which is an issue. Okay. And if you look at this face to path number here, second from the right, you can see that that's consistently around about 6 degrees open. Okay. Yeah. To explain that in a bit more detail, that this means that your swing path is out to in.
All right.
Yeah. So it's coming from out to in. So your swing path is across it. Again, you can see there with the path at -4. Yeah. Face angle 2 degrees open. Now, again, that might not sound a lot, but the big thing is the face to path is 6 degrees. So you've got your path 4 degrees across it.
Yeah.
If this is our ball to target line, if that was 0, then actually your club face is 2 degrees to the right. So you've got a swing path coming across the ball.
So it's hitting like that, but swinging that.
Correct.
So spinning.
Yeah, so if I show you.
Clockwise.
You're basically, and again we'll see this on the video, but as you're coming through, you're coming across the ball, and then at impact there, the face is pointing right, the path's going left, and then that's giving you that.
Is this going to be easy to correct? Like,
hopefully.
Is there some sort of drill?
Yeah, I mean, I always say, club face is king, path is queen, okay?
Right.
And what I mean by that is, if we can, this sounds like 2 separate issues, isn't it? We're coming across it with an open face, but the main thing again, round this golf course, and this is what everyone has to think about, is where do you want to miss it? But round this golf course, we don't want to hit it right. Most of the trouble is right. So I would say at this stage, we need to try and fix the club face, because if we can fix the club face, then that's going to eliminate that shot out to the right, okay? And we find with most people that one causes the other. So if you're playing with an open club face, then subconsciously, as much as you want to hit from the inside, if your face is open, it's going to go even further right. Again, if the polar opposite, if people play with a closed club face, generally their path gets a long way inside and they have the opposite problem, which is probably a hook. So the first session today really is about closing that club face, playing with a stronger club face, and seeing where that takes us really. And if we can take out that right hand side of the course.
So with my club path, if I need to try and get it straighter, it might be a good idea if I try and push it towards the right hand side of the...
Yeah, but remember, that's the path and not the face, because you know, because if we're saying you've got an open club face and you want to get your path more inside, yeah, great, but if the face is still open, it's going to go even further right. So it's trying to approach it in a way where we can have the, I guess, the biggest impact. Let's have a look. Let's see what is actually causing that club face to be open. And what we can do, we can look at it from a couple of different angles. Okay, so we've got the face on angle on the right hand side, and the down the line obviously on the left. Okay, and these two, let's just actually, because that last one didn't pick up all the data, did it, annoyingly? So that one there. Okay, so we've got the face on the left, down line on the right. So set up.
Looking at that myself, it doesn't look like I'm leaning back enough. I look like I'm almost straight.
Yeah, and that would influence attack angle. Again, what I'm looking mainly at what's influencing that club face. Now, the first thing I would look at is your grip. Okay, so your left hand grip here is a little bit on the weak side. Okay, so basically what that means, again, we'll from here, is that the left hand is too much rotated as we look down to the left. Okay, so looking down, we could probably see one knuckle. As we rotate it more to the right, we can see two, maybe even half of your third knuckle. Okay, and that V in the left hand is pointing more to the right shoulder. So by adopting a stronger grip, that allows you to close the face. Because again, in the past, we've worked a little bit on release, haven't we? Trying to close the face, but actually, by strengthening that left hand grip, naturally closes the face.
So let me just try that. So before, I was probably more like that. And it wants to be, so I can see 1, 2.
Even a little bit of the third,
And that's pointing.
So even go over a touch more, that's it. Now that's pointing up.
It does feel a bit strange, but I suppose it does at the first.
It does, I mean, again, just looking at this on here, we can sort of run the line up there and you can see that you're pretty much probably on your chin. And we really want to be more over to your right shoulder. Your right hand's pretty good. But that left hand is on the weak side. I
know in the past you've told me about my right hand. Getting it, I had it around here at one point, and then you told me to move it over. But I've been forgetting about my left hand.
Getting that. That's it. I mean, and this is where that sort of ongoing kind of refinement is important, isn't it? It's amazing how many bad habits you can get into. I see a lot of people playing and practicing a lot.
Because even though you've told me this now, I'll probably practice like that for a few days. But then it'll probably slip back. To my old habits. Without knowing.
And we all do. You know, we all sort of slip into those bad habits. Let's just have a little look at the rest of the swing, just to give us an idea of what's going on. And again, this will give the viewers an idea of your sort of technique, if you like, because we are on this quest for single figures. Pressure on. A little bit blurred. But yeah, typically you get into this position at the top where it's probably flatter than most, but that's good.
It's always been like that.
Yeah, and you know, I'd say that's good for a driver as well. You know, you do want to be, you know, pretty flat. Right. Certainly better than upright, unless you shallow it out a lot. But that's okay. You get in a decent position, and then as we come down, again, what's going to be interesting is as we do come into the ball with this stronger grip, how much is that going to influence the club path? And yeah, I mean, we'd look at that and we'd say, yeah, there might be some other little tweaks along the way we want to improve, and you'll look at it, and as we all do, and you might be like, that doesn't look right, and so on.
I mean, hips turning through enough.
They're pretty good. Yeah, you know, you are pretty open at impact there. So yeah, there is.
The arms are not straight on follow through, but that's another weakness I've always had.
Yeah, exactly.
And I certainly struggle to keep my right arm straight.
Yeah, you tend to collapse that sometimes. Why don't we fix this grip? You know, let's strengthen that left-hand grip, and let's see where it takes us.
How about the club path, just to finish off?
Paths.
Because sometimes, well, in the past, I've been going through here and then coming like chopping over it.
Yeah. Well,
and that's weeks ago I was doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you know, from say, as you go back here on the right hand side of the screen, if we just draw a line in on the backswing and then on the downswing,
it's a bit fat. It's a bit off, isn't it? It's
a bit off. It's a little bit over the top. It's not as much as maybe what I've seen in other players. But again, the interesting thing that I'm looking at is, as we fix your club face, how's that going to influence your path? You know, because that is the real sort of factor. You know, because quite often we look at these as two separate things, which they might be.
Yeah.
But you might find actually by strengthening your grip, playing with a more closed face gives you the confidence to swing a bit more out to the right.
Yeah.
More from the inside, without the fear of losing it. You know, right.
Yeah.
So let's
give it a try.
Let's give it a try. Yeah. So we've seen you hit a few shots.
Yeah.
We have explained that there may be a couple of problems, but in reality, the biggest way to improve is fixing that face angle.
Yeah.
Again, for any golfer out there, it's so important to fix the biggest problem. So when you are working with a coach, I was always taught, fix one thing to improve 3 or 4 things rather than fixing 3 or 4 things to improve one thing.
Yeah.
Sounds obvious, but actually getting to that root cause is going to help you take it from here onto the course. The last thing we want is 3 or 4 thoughts on the first tee, because it.
So, before I take a swing, let's just try and get my grip so it's right what you've just told me. So I can see 1.5 knuckles.
I'd say even more if you can, like 2 to 2.5. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, perfect.
Right, so I'll keep it like that.
Yeah, just
get lined up.
Yeah, keep it like that. Again, grip change is a tricky thing to do. You know, many people, as soon as they change the grip, think, oh, you know, that feels awful. Yeah. But you know, with some practice, it should hopefully feel a bit more comfortable.
I'm interested to know just what happens when I hit it now.
My prediction, is it's probably going to go straight left. Okay, probably. Okay, right. Because we're fixing the club face, you see. Okay. Yeah. We've not fixed the path yet, which might be something for next week. But if we can strengthen the grip, strengthen the club face, and get rid of that right shot, that's going to be a big step forward.
Right.
Okay. So let's try it. Let's try it.
Oh, I think I'm a bit low.
Yeah, a bit low. But you know, the
not
big,
as bad, is it?
Yeah, I mean, and again, the thing here now, you can start it left of target. Okay. Remember, club face is responsible for where the ball starts. So we've not fixed the path yet, so it's still more than likely going to curve a little bit left to right. But you can see there with the face angle, minus 3.1, you're able to start the ball left. Okay, which is a big thing. That means you can hit fairways.
I didn't strike it well as well.
You didn't? No.
No.
That was a bad one. That was face open, and right going right. But that's okay. Again, that's part of the learning process, isn't it? It's all not going to be.
But if that was on the golf course, it would be.
That'd be like that shot on 17.
It would, yeah.
Last time round, Paul. Get one there, pal. So I'm just going to have a watch from face on here, make sure we can...
I'll just try and reset.
Yeah.
Try again. Got my grip right.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that was...
Again,
really
just be careful there of, as you're setting up to the ball, because you're leaning back a lot, you're opening the club face a lot at setup as well.
Right.
Yeah. So if I show you what you're doing, you're sort of doing this as an exaggeration. So you again, we do want.
Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing, but I'm just trying to get my angle of attack up.
I can see you trying to do that.
Yeah.
And leaning back helps sweep up on it. Yeah. But you don't want to do something too much, and I'd see that with a lot of people that they'll try and overdo something. You get a different problem.
Well, no, I've changed my grip. I'm trying to sweep up on it.
Yeah. And
it's going to mess.
Yeah, I would try and put the sweeping up to the back of your mind because it's so hard to make more than one change. I would just say, get you into a natural position. Let's get that grip into a right position. Make sure that club face is square as we're gripping it. So, again, a good routine.
Well, should I just try and hit it the same as was before?
Yeah, but with the grip change. Exactly.
And just forget about everything else. Yeah.
You have to. It's the only way.
Keep it simple.
It's the only way.
Well, that's done what you was expecting.
That's kind of what we want to a degree at this stage.
Yeah.
You know, we want to see that ball starting left because we know that the grip's starting to influence direction.
Yeah.
And then we can start. If you come back in a week or two time and say, I'm pulling it left every time, but I'm not hitting it right. That's a big step forward.
Like, say if I was on the golf course, no, this would be disastrous. Wouldn't
it would.
Some slicing a bit.
Yeah.
Some pulling to the left.
Yeah.
And you're still in the tee thinking, God, which direction is this going to go?
Yeah. And that's because there's 2 or 3 faults in there that need to be addressed. Yeah. This being the first one. As we know, you can see on that particular shot, the face angle was 8.8 degrees closed.
Yeah.
And the path was nearly 9 degrees across it.
So like you're saying, go out and play a few holes. But I'd be worried about other players.
Yeah. Round this course.
Like, yeah.
But hopefully over time.
Like that, you'd be forever shooting for.
Yeah, but you know, again, this is part of our journey to single figures. Is actually, can we improve that consistency?
This is a long journey.
It could be, mate. Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. I hope everyone's got patience with you. Okay, let's hit a couple more, and then I'm keen to see it on video and just see if that grip is looking a bit stronger.
Yeah.
You know, again, when we are making swing changes, there might be a bit of variability at the start, but hopefully with some practice you can start to see
the thing with lessons, because I had some Christmas time-ish with you when I first started playing golf.
Yeah.
After like a 25-year break, but I had a few lessons. It felt disastrous.
Yeah.
Nothing felt comfortable. I felt like I don't really want to play on the course. I just want to practice, because if you go on the course, it's just soul destroying, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
when you're making changes,
it can be. Yeah, it can be when it feels awkward. We always like to. You want to improve someone immediately, which it probably is, but because it feels a bit strange, it's having that confidence, isn't it?
It is,
to take it on the course. Just give us one more there, Paul, with that stronger grip. Good. Annoyingly,
well, that's a bit better.
Yeah. Again, although it's not picked up that face angle, it must have been close there because you started it left of target.
I'll tell you what I've done as well. Before, when I was, the first few I did, I was trying to hit it hard as well. Yeah. And that was causing it to go. Yeah. I was trying to hit up on it, hit it hard. Yeah. No, I've just slowed it down.
Yeah, and again, it's, we're focusing on grip today, and what you did at the start was, although you were focused on grip, you started to try and hit up on it. You tried to make probably too many changes. Tempo and speed comes into play. Maybe if you're anxious, you're making a change, you're trying to force it. Clearly you want to keep a smooth tempo, but we do want to work on that grip. And I think on those last couple, yes, it was smoother, but I think you forgot about the other elements as well and just trusted the grip and you know, kind of seeing what results we got. So let's just have a look at the video here, and we just look at the earlier swing as well. Okay, so if we're just looking the earlier swing on the right, newer swing on the left. So if we're just looking at mainly this left hand, now the camera is a little bit offset, but we can definitely see an improvement in this position. Okay, so on the right there is your earlier swing where it's a little bit weak, hand rotated too much to your left. If we were to just look at that, we can see more of your strap on your glove, which suggests that your left arm is rotated inwards more. And as I said, that's going to help you close that face off. If we just look at the data behind that and look at some of the numbers, so that face angle, I mean, what's making this a little bit off is the lack of consistency. So yes, the average is better, 1.4 to 2.1, but actually there's a 12.1 in there that was way open. Okay, if you took that out, it's going to be, you know, minus, and it's going to be closed. So there's a definite improvement. Again, if you look at the side, averaging 52 feet right to now 37 feet right. But I think if you were to work on this grip at this stage, it's going to help you get a bit more face control. We know there's still faults in there with the path and other elements, but why don't we go and play a couple of holes, work purely on the grip, let's see what happens on the course.
Hope everybody's safe.
Okay guys, if you did enjoy that, please like and subscribe. We're now going to head out onto the course and see how Paul gets on. So we're going to come out, play 2 or 3 holes and just see if this helps his direction.